Welcome back, Shade Squad. Let's talk about Pony AI. So Pony AI was brought up to someone in the comments, and I was like, let's take a look at what this is about. I think I've been sleeping on this one apparently. Well, I can't keep track of every stock, right? I'm only one person, but what I can say is by taking a quick look at what Pony AI is about, I realized this is something to keep an eye on because if this breaks out, I can see this at 20 plus based on what I just read. So Pony AI shares jump on massive 76% revenue growth. They reported a stellar second quarter, massive 75% jump. It's robo taxi services. Rapid adoption and growing demand for paid autonomous rides. You want to know why paid autonomous rides are going to be popular? Why the market is going to be so ready? They're gonna it's going to be the adoption is going to be so fast because people don't want to actually. Oh, this is so sad to say. It's going to be so sad to say this, but other humans do not want to get in a car with another human driving. Because nobody wants to be there like, oh, is this driver going to be like one of those guys that just talks and I have to make conversation with them? Fuck that. I just want to, take me to where I want to go and shut up, driver. Like, there are people like that who are absolutely going to love this service. Like, wait a minute. I can just pay and I get from, where I am to where I want to get to without having to deal with another human being. I mean, there's people that order groceries because they don't want to deal with other humans. Like, they don't want to deal with all that. I mean, you have to get in a car and drive and deal with other drivers who may not be as good as you at driving. You risk maybe getting into an accident. You get to Walmart and you got to deal with smelly fat people, right? Like you got to deal with some weirdos, people dressing up like cats and needing a litter box for humans. Okay, so I'm exaggerating, maybe, I don't know, but you get the point. The reason this is going to take off is because people don't want to deal with one another, which is kind of sad when you think about that. Like, oh, I got to deal with a human. I just want to get to where I want to go. I don't want to deal with another, with a stranger. That, I mean, cool that they're taking me somewhere, but it's people are going to love being able to just get in a car and there's no one there and they just sit there on their phone, right? Maybe you're not ready to adopt that kind of technology, but I'm telling you right now, the younger generations are going to be like, They'd pay a premium. A premium. There's people that would pay a premium. Even if it costed like $10 more, they would pay that extra $10 just to not to deal with another human. I guess people hate each other these days. No, jokes aside, we're going to get rapid adoption. This share price and these revenues for the stock should go higher, in my opinion. I mean, I'll tell you right now, if I ever had to use one of those services to go somewhere, I do not want to see another human. Like, the whole reason I ordered Domino's pizza delivered is because I don't want to see another human. Just drop my pizza off and screw you. I don't want to see another human. I don't want to go to the carryout and see more humans. You know what I'm saying? I guess I hate humans. I mean, I am a machine, right? Treated like a machine. Okay, jokes aside. A robust robotaxi fare charging revenue growth once again underscores our progress in building scalable, recurring monetization model. He added that the Gen 7 mass production ramping up and disciplined investment in place, the company is well positioned to accelerate large-scale commercialization. Yeah, of course people are going to like writing... Of course, they're gonna like riding a car with no driver in it. No one wants to deal with another human. You just want to get to where you want to go. Okay, leading national presence launched fully driverless commercial operations in Shanghai. The only company operating fully driverless robotaxi service across all 4 tier 1 cities in China. Oh, this is a China stock? Well, it just went down the drain. I have a rule, no China stocks, so I'm not touching this garbage. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. No, but you can buy it, but I'm not buying it. I just have a rule, no China stocks. When China is your competitor, well, I'm from the US, but when China is, I mean, they're the competitor. Let's keep it real, right? Like this is they're the competitor. If something happens where China and U.S. Aren't getting along, to put it that way, didn't the U.S. threaten to take to remove Chinese stocks from the stock market or something? Didn't that happen recently? I don't know. He says a bunch of crazy stuff. I never know, but I just have a rule of mine. I don't care for Chinese stocks. Cool, but they're Chinese stocks. I'm gonna stick to good old U.S. Right? I'm not gonna bet against the U.S. Let me put it that way. I don't know who said that. Was that Warren Buffett? Yeah, Warren Buffett said it himself. Do not bet against the U.S. So I'm not gonna buy. I'll buy maybe the equivalent, the U.S. equivalent of whatever company also runs robotaxi services. But I definitely not buying this. I may be wrong. This is a Chinese stock, is it? Pony. Only Chinese people would name their stock Pony. I'm kidding, but let's see. Dr. James Peng, that's got to be a Chinese name. So definitely, yeah, not for me, but anyone who doesn't care that it's from China, go right away, go right ahead and buy. But there's some risk involved with buying Chinese stocks. This quarter marked a significant milestone in our journey. Okay, blah blah blah. I don't care for it. Mass production started 2 months ago. Expanded presence in Dubai, South Korea, and Luxembourg. See, the thing is this going to come to the U.S.? I would imagine no, because I don't see the U.S. allowing this. Like, hey, they barely wanted TikTok here, right? They barely wanted TikTok here in the U.S. So I can't imagine them expanding over here, but maybe. We'll see. Okay, this is just rinsing and repeating what we already knew. All right, so I gave you my opinions. I think it's if it was a U.S. stock, this would be a buy. I would wait to see if it comes down to the bottom of the range. But if it breaks out, then play the breakout with a tight stop and see if it actually does break out and go higher. Because we could see this easily back to 20 plus. Easily. If it breaks out. So I already gave you the play last time I made a video. The short, quick video that I made on, Friday. Play the breakout. If it happens, have a tight stop. That way you don't hold the bag all the way back down to the bottom of the range. If it comes back to the bottom of that range, buy the bottom of the range and reposition is really what you're doing there. And you actually end up making more money when it does go back to the top of the range. So that's why losses are important. People hate losing. I get it, but sometimes it's better to just reposition and reassess and take that small loss. I mean, your entries should be good. You shouldn't just be if your entries are just if you're just throwing money at the stock with no entry game plan, like then you got problems, man. Like your entry into a stock should be down to an algorithm. Like hey, if stock price does this, I enter the trade and set a tight stop. If it comes down, stops me out, whatever. Like your entries should be so good that when you lose money, it's like very little. Like I don't understand that if people are just throwing money randomly out into the ether. I don't know how else to put it. They're just throwing money into the ether. But yeah, breaks that. Look at this. Wait, this looks like a ascending triangle. Maybe that also. If this breaks out, we're going to 20. I might have to play the breakout here and show you guys how to play it properly. Literally, you just buy. I'm not going to give away the strategy, but you buy and you... Let me see if it refreshes, because my internet just took a dump. Yeah, so for example, here it dumped, right? And then you got that crossover on the white line crossing the yellow line. You buy here, stop loss at the low, and there you go. Like if it comes down to that low again, you get stopped out. In fact, if it comes down to that low, that means that there's not a lot of buyer strength and it's going to break down at that point. Or it's going to fake you out. Either way, you shouldn't see that kind of weakness. You want to see strength. You want to see it move. In fact, right now, if you had bought here on that crossover, you could literally just have a tight stop just above your buy-in point. And if it comes down, you get stopped out at what? 1 penny loss? Ooh. Oh no, it's over. 1 penny loss. Like your entry should be good. Like so good that you take like a very small, like nothing loss. And you would be grateful because like, hey, maybe because if this, let me see if I can show you a day where it pumps huge. What day did it pump huge? May 6th. So for example, on May 6th, where's May 6th? We're going to have to really zoom back. Can I move any faster here? May 6th. Let's see if we can go. Yeah, we're almost there, May 6th. So let me just show you an example. I don't day trade though. I just swing trade and buy bottoms, but because that's easier. You don't got to think about it. Oh, there's the bottom. I just buy there and hold for the top of the range. Ooh, I don't have to think. Here I have to think if I day trade, and have to position myself, have to set stop, have to move it up to protect myself as much as possible, at the risk of potentially missing out if it fakes me out. That's fine. But anyways, it's about protecting your money. So here on this day where it ran huge, right? You can see that it ran from open to close. So here, let me move this here. Oops. There we go. So here you came under the purple line. Ooh, did it just reset me? It just reset me. What a bastard. Okay, my internet just reset me. Anyways, the point is you could have just bought and you would have taken a ride all the way up to the end of day. Because it closed on a big green candle, right? Does that make sense? On a big pump like this, on a big green candle like this, well, you just buy it open on the crossover and you just ride it all the way up till the end of day to your profit. Or you can hold it to see if it continues on the daily. And you're down here nice and cheap. In fact, if you had bought here at what? At 11-ish and it rode it to 14, I mean, you just made $3 per share. So that's what you're looking to do if you're looking for the breakout. You just got to be smart about it. I hope nobody watching this is just throwing money at it and hoping for the best. That's just terrible. That's just terrible. That's like what the goal is to protect your account as much as possible. Always. Always. The better your risk to reward, the better.